Think about it. We all tie knots, right? Every single day. Our shoes, a package, a necktie. It's basically muscle memory. But what happens when that simple little action becomes a life-or-death move inside an operating room? Well, today we're diving into the incredible world of the surgeon's knot.
So what's the big deal? What really separates a knot you'd tie in your garage from one that's designed to hold human tissue together while it heals? It all comes down to this amazing mix of physics, pure technique, and an absolutely mind-blowing level of precision. Let's get into it.
All right, to really get a handle on this, we've got to learn to speak the language a little bit. We're going to start with the absolute, most fundamental piece of every single surgical knot that's ever tied. First things first, in the OR, they don't call it a loop or a twist, they call it a throw. And you should think of it as one single, super deliberate action. Every time that suture material goes around, that's one throw. This is our basic unit, our atom. Everything starts here. Okay, so we've got these throws, but how do they build up into something that can actually, save a life? Well, surgeons use them to construct the single most important part of the entire process, the very first knot that actually touches the patient. And here it is. It's called the approximation loop. And the name kind of gives it away, right? Its one and only job is to approximate or bring the two edges of a wound perfectly together. And we're not just talking about closing a gap. This is about creating the absolute perfect environment for the human body to do its magic and start healing. Now get this. This quote tells you everything you need to know about how critical that first loop is. Every other knot, every single throw after this one, it's all just support. Their only job is to protect this one foundational knot. If the approximation loop fails, the whole thing fails. Here's the perfect way to picture it. It's the foundation of a house. You can have the most amazing kitchen and the prettiest roof, but if that foundation is cracked or weak, none of it matters. The whole thing's coming down. That is exactly what this loop is. It has to be absolutely perfect.
So this brings up a pretty obvious question, right? If this one knot is so important, why can't a surgeon just tie the kind of knot you and I use every day? Why doesn't that cut it?
No, really, it's a fair question. Why not just do a quick square knot and call it a day? Well, the thing is, the inside of the human body is an incredibly tricky work environment. You've got constant tension from tissues pulling, slippery surfaces. It's a huge, huge challenge. And here's the nitty-gritty on why that fails. A single throw, like the first part of tying your shoe, has almost no friction. It'll just slip right apart. Okay, so what about a double throw, a standard knot? You'd think that'd be secure, but nope, still not enough friction to hold. In both cases, you get the same bad outcome. The wound edges aren't perfectly opposed. They don't line up flush, and that's a disaster for proper healing.
So if one throw is no good, and two throws are no good, there has to be a better way. There's got to be an elegant solution that finds that perfect sweet spot, that perfect balance of friction and security.
And here it is. The answer is 3. It's that simple and that brilliant. 3 throws. That's the magic number that creates the perfect, secure approximation loop.
Yeah, that third throw is the absolute game changer. It introduces just enough extra friction to the system to grip that suture material and lock it down. It holds those wound edges perfectly together, even under tension, giving the body the best possible chance to heal right.
But with any expert skill, it's never just about what you do, it's about how you do it. The number of throws is only half the battle. There's a subtle but crucial technique that separates a good knot from a truly perfect one. Because here's the thing, you can do your 3 throws perfectly, but if you just pull it tight like you're tying your running shoes, all that security you just created is gone. The final move, how it's tightened, is everything.
This move is called the side pull, and it is just genius. Instead of pulling the ends up and away, the surgeon pulls them to one side, parallel to the incision. And this one small motion does 3 incredible things at once. First, it compresses and cinches that loop down tight. Second, it instantly locks it in place so it cannot loosen. And third, this is my favorite part, it pulls the bulky knot itself away from the delicate healing wound.
And that is why this final step matters so much. It makes sure that foundation is rock solid before anything else gets built on top of it. It keeps the knot, which is a foreign body, remember, off of the most critical healing tissue. And the bottom line is, this one tiny little detail leads directly to faster healing, less scarring, and just better outcomes for the patient.
So you see, what starts as just a simple loop of thread becomes, through knowledge and incredible technique, a life-saving lock. It's a powerful reminder that in medicine, and especially in surgery, the tiniest, most microscopic details often have the biggest impact. Precision is truly everything.
It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other tiny details, what other hidden techniques are out there in all kinds of fields quietly having a life-saving impact every single day without us even knowing about it? It's a fascinating thought to take with you.